Hello. This is gonna be awkward.
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a quickie by the pool and I'm like,
This is gonna be my first YouTube video. I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not a video person. I have been working in fashion industry as a photographer for over 10 years now. And the reason I want to make this video is when I was younger, when I tried to learn more about photography, like especially fashion photography, I find there's very limited information about it. And recently I shot a lookbook for my designer friend. The brand is called Private Policy. They're super cool. You guys should check them out. They just get into the final list of the CFDA this year. And lookbook is very basic shoot in fashion industry. Every photographer will shoot it one day if you work in fashion. Basically just to showcase what we have, like this jacket, this pants, on model, this how they look like. Because on runway show or like campaign, there will be more conceptual stuff. So when they try to sell stuff, they actually have to make a lookbook. For their lookbook, we're just shooting a white background. Most of the studio, I would say 95% of the studio, will have a white wall. Most of them will have the white cyc wall. When we call cyc, basically it means, like wall, and this is the floor. When you do the cyc, it's not like 90-degree angle. It's more like a nice fallout. So it's curved up. So the reason they do that is because when you shoot it, so you don't see the edge. You only see it's a nice drop. So a lot of studio will have this cyc wall set up. So when it comes to white background, to me, I think it's kind of difficult because you actually had to make it interesting. But it's just a white background. What do you do, right? So that's what we're gonna talk about today. The camera we used for this shoot is a 5D Mark III, with the aperture set at f11 and shutter speed at 1/60th of a second. For lighting, we used two Profoto heads. One head is attached to the medium-sized Octobank. This light is considered the key light, which is the main light for the subject. The second Profoto head is placed behind the subject and angled up at the white ceiling. This creates additional fill to soften the light and keep it natural. Therefore, this light is considered the fill light. We then added a small black flag to the bottom half of the key light in order to cut some of the light from the spilling onto the floor. We also added black V flag to the right side of the subject to bounce the key light. This adds more contrast to the subject's face and keeps the light from looking too flat. To the left side of the subject, we placed another V flag. This time, we faced the white side of the V flag towards the subject to add additional fill, and the black side of the same V flag towards the key light. Blocks some of the key lights from spilling onto the background. For the fill light, we wanted to brighten the background with a nice and soft feel, which is why we decided to bounce the light into the ceiling instead of going directional into the background. Here are the two examples. On the left side, we only have one key light, and on the right side, we added a ceiling light. Now you can see the difference. Photography is all about your personal taste, style, and preference. You might think the left is nice too, but for my shoot, I think a brighter background with a contrast works better for the clothes. Okay, so that's it today. So white background, there's a lot of way to shoot it. I'm just showing you one way. You can use these tips to do your own thing, or you can change it, or you can just add more flags, or take flags out just to create different shadows and different feel, or you can add lights. But anyway, it's all depend on you. I hope you guys enjoying the video, and I will try my best to make more videos like this. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a quickie by the pool, and I'm like, yes, ma'am. Way you got me feeling for your body, you might turn me to a yes, man. Oh yeah.